everyone, I am Nixie and welcome to February's manga haul. Now I know I'm a little late to posting this video. I got kind of sick in February and had to take like a couple of weeks off, and so kind of put me behind on like the main channel. So I've been trying to play catch up on the main channel, and it's kind of like pushed my manga haul video back a little bit. But here we are finally, so let's get into everything that I picked up in the month of February. So we'll start with Viz Media. I actually didn't pick up much from Viz this month, but the first one is volume 6 of Otaku Vampire's Love Bite. So this is same creator as Kami-sama Kiss. And then we finally have a new volume of Bed and Breakfast for Spirits. This is volume 11. I really love and enjoyed this series so much. I enjoy manga that has like the whole cooking side of things in it as well. I don't know why, I just find it like really relaxing to read stuff like that. And then we have volume 10 of Taemin's B-side. The anime of this is now out, and like I've been hearing a lot of like good things about this. I really love this series. Like, it's a super cute shoujo series. I haven't watched the anime yet because I like to read the manga first and then like watch the anime if I enjoyed the manga, but I've been hearing a lot of good things about the anime. Next we'll move on to Sublime. So we have finally, it's been a good couple of years since we've had a new volume of this, but we have volume 6 of You Rich and Bitch Club. I know a lot of people like hate on this, but honestly I feel like a lot of those people haven't actually read the story, or they're just like kind of jumping on bandwagons a little bit. I mean, everyone's allowed to have like things that they don't like and what they like, but what I kind of like about this is that you have all of these like thrills and comedy like on the surface like level, but there's a lot of like depth to the characters once you start to like get to know them and stuff, and like there's a lot more levels to these characters, like I say, than what first meets the eye. And I kind of like the development of how these characters are going. Next we have Sleeping on Paper Boats volume 2. This has really gorgeous artwork. I love the artwork in this. It's very detailed but also like very delicate at the same time. But yeah, great artwork. I've really enjoyed the first volume, so I'm excited to read the second one. Moving on to Kuma, we have, I didn't realize that I hadn't picked this up and that it had already released, so I obviously went ahead and picked it up. We have Happy Crappy Life volume 4. This has been pushed back. Like, I always kind of expect Kuma's releases to kind of like, I kind of take their release dates with a pinch of salt because they usually get pushed back because it's a very small team. So obviously like things happen and stuff. But we have volume 4. This is by Harada, which I like Harada's work, but it's definitely not for everyone. There's definitely a lot of triggers in her work, and she in this, she definitely has a serious side, but it's very unserious things as well happen like in this story. But yeah, just a little like side note that like her stories are definitely not for everyone. And we also have Yata Momo volume 2, also by Harada as well, was released. I love how bright these covers are. I haven't read this one yet, but I'm excited to. And then we have one release from Square Enix, which is Cherry Magic 30 Years of Virginity Can Make You a Wizard, volume 15. Super cute, super cute BL, and I really enjoyed the anime of this one as well. I did watch the anime. But yeah, super cute. Really enjoy this story. Moving on to Tokyo Pop, we have volume 1 of Wonder Virgle, which I really like the covers. This was one of those where like the covers, like the cover art got me, but very excited to read this one. Next we have In So Deep It's Love Already. I love these like bright covers that like Tokyo Pop have been doing recently as well. And then we finally have volume 4 of We Can't Do Just Plain Love. I really like this one. It's a very smutty series, very smutty Jersey, but I do enjoy the story actually, and there's definitely some more like wholesome moments happening in this one now as well. But yeah, been enjoying that one. Moving on to Kodansha, we have volume 2 of Megara, which is an Omegaverse story. We love Omegaverse stories over here. We have volume 9 of Gachi Okuta, which I really love this story. I've watched part of the anime, but it was like quickly catching up to where we are in the manga, so I stopped watching the anime because, like I say, I prefer to read first. But yeah, very much enjoying this one. I really like the art style in this one as well. And then we have volume 23 of one of my all-time favorite BLs, What Did You Eat Yesterday? I love this creator's work. I love this story. Like I say, it's one of my favorite ongoing BLs. Quite a commitment with 23 volumes, but again, it's like half cookbook, half like story, but it's a very just like about very normal people. There's not too much drama that happens, and it's just following the life of this like well-established couple, and they discuss like their day, what's happened over like the meals that they cook. But I really enjoy it. It's a very relaxing read, guys, and like I say, it's one of my favorites. Moving on to Yen Press, we have a deluxe edition. We have Battle Royale volume 1. I will say this is just like a little I guess thing of mine, like a little complaint kind of, but to me this isn't in the center, right guys? This whole like middle piece isn't centered, and it's kind of bugging me a little bit. Like, why is it off centered like that? Is that just mine, or is like everyone's like that? I don't know. But yeah, this is quite an old story. It was first published in Japan in 2001. So it's been around for a little while, and Yen Press has given it the good old deluxe edition, like we're seeing from a lot of like publishers recently, thanks to obviously Dark Horse. But this is like surprisingly lightweight for how thick it is. It's surprisingly lightweight, which I actually quite enjoy because I've really got tiny hands. So it doesn't feel like too heavy to read, if that makes sense. But yeah, I do like these deluxe editions because you really get to see more of the artwork, especially when it's like very detailed. So yeah, I'm happy to have another deluxe in the collection. Then we have one of the most messed up things I've read recently, Immortality and Punishment volume 1. This is one that I couldn't recommend to a lot of people because it does touch on very trigger warning heavy like subjects, particularly the main character that we see. He is kind of a messed up person, but as well as like all these like potentially triggering things from like these characters, there's also like a zombie apocalypse thing happening as well. I will say that artwork is very good. I kind of don't want to share anything because it is quite gory, but the artwork is very good, but it's definitely one of the more like messed up things that I've read as of late. Then we have one that I sort of like, it kept popping up and I kept seeing it, and it was getting closer to the release date and everything, and I wasn't gonna buy it, but I kept seeing it, so I ended up picking it up, and that is Animan volume 1, which I think is also gonna be kind of a little bit messed up. So it's kind of like flipping the whole like food chain a little bit, where it's like humanoid animals raising humans to live off and to eat. But yeah, I was kind of intrigued by that, and like I say, it just kept popping up, so I had to pick it up. I'm like very intrigued. I haven't read it yet, but I am super intrigued by this one, so let me know if you've read it, your thoughts on it. Moving on to Ice Press. So Ice Press were very kind enough to send me this next volume. It's not sponsored, but they were kind enough to send me this volume, and that is The Merman Trapped in My Lake, which I was already very intrigued by this, because I feel like there are like obviously mermaid stories out there and stuff, but I don't feel like I have a lot in my collection. So when I saw the licenses, I was like quite intrigued by it, and then I was lucky enough for them to actually like send me a copy. So this follows Savine, who she basically gets told by her grandfather like all of these like fairy tale stories about her like noble like who she's descended from. But one story in particular kind of catches her eye, where it was her great grandfather's niece, Savine, who's like, she's named after because she looks like her. She had this story where they she actually had a merman as her like being gifted to her. I'm trying not to give away a lot of the story, but yeah, so a merman was gifted to her and she basically kept it. And this intrigued Savine to see whether this was actually true or not. This first volume covers the backstory of the merman, how it came to be, how Savine, the niece, actually got the merman and everything. So it's very intriguing like backstory, but it sets it up for obviously like the going forward of the story. I very much enjoyed this. I really did enjoy this. The artwork is super pretty as well. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see where the story goes now that it's like covered the backstory and like set in the scene, like what's gonna happen sort of with descendant Savine and what she's gonna do now. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. And then we have Marriage of Convenience Volume 2. I believe Volume 3 is coming out very soon of this one. I very much enjoyed the first volume of this and the leading lady's character. And then we have we have Volume 3 of Radio Storm. I love this like little holographic detailing that they've done on this. And that's everything from Ice Press, Yen Press. So we'll move on to our last publisher, which is Seven Seas. Okay, first volume we have is volume 9 of Black Knight Parade. For those that have seen like my other whole videos, I've really been enjoying this one. It's purely set around Christmas, based on Christmas, but I've very much been enjoying this one. Next we have volume 2 of Tales of the 100 Monsters Next Door. Look how pretty this cover is, guys. Again, sucked in by covers. It's my weakness. And then we have Hibana, which is the same creator as Classmates. This is just a one-shot though. It's kind of sad. Like I have read this one. I love the artwork. It's definitely, it has some triggering themes around like violence. But it's actually quite a sad story. Like it's got a very sad undertone to it, but I did enjoy it. Next we have volume 2 of Cupid is Struck by Lightning. Yeah, I haven't managed to get around to a lot of these this month because like I said, I was sick. Then we have volume 1 of Kitayama and Minamiya, which looks very cute, guys. Doesn't this cover look very cute? Like it's gonna be a cute story. Next we have volume 1 of Wait I Love You, which I've been very excited for this one. Then we have a mega story, a megaverse story, We Are Not Beasts, which looks like it's gonna be kind of like a fun not so serious story. We have volume 13, which I think is the last, final volume of Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. I can't believe this is already like finished. I love this story. MXTX, I love their work, honestly, because it was like also my first, like a lot of people, it was like my first experience into like the Don May world. So they'll always have like a special place in my heart, and I love this story. I watched the anime first actually of this, and almost I bored my eyes out to it. So I can't believe that the manhwa is now like finished. Then we have volume 2 of I Can't Stand Being Your Childhood Friend, and I'm struggling with words today. No God in Eden of volume 3 already, another Omegaverse story about like how the first Omega and Alpha like came to be. We have the follow-up, Natsumi Wants to Blossom. So the first one is Natsumi Wants to Be Trained, which I didn't realize I didn't have, so I've ordered that. Then we have Ripples in the Water volume 2. And then we are going to move on to the Danmei. We also had a very exciting release in February for Danmei. So we had volume 1 of The Wife Comes First, which I'm very much looking forward to this one. I've been excited for this one since it was announced. We have volume 2 of Silent Reading as well. Very pretty cover, which is a modern Danmei. Then we have Thrice Married to a Salted Fish volume 2. This this creator who does like the cover art for this, I really love her work. She's on like TikTok and everything, and yeah, she has like very pretty artwork. And then we have Mistakenly Saving the Villain at volume 2. I loved the first volume of this. If you know, like the whole Scumbillion self-saving system type of situation, like get sucked into a book, the system tells them that they have a task that they need to like fulfill. You'll enjoy this one. Like I said, I very much enjoyed the first volume, so very excited to have the second volume. And then speaking of Scumbillion self-saving system, we had the hardcover release. So this is all of the novels in hardcover edition, exactly like what they've done with Heaven Official's Blessing and Grandmaster. So you get all of them in this pretty box. You get like a couple of like posters and notebook or whatever, and they do have, if I can get one out, they do of course have the decorative edges that the camera doesn't want to pick up on. Not my face. So just have like exactly what they've done with the other hardcovers. And we have all new like art as well for like the covers. So they are different to the paperbacks. But yeah, again, like I wasn't too bothered about like getting the hardcover editions, but they did do a good job with them. Like I say, you get like a couple of like posters and a little like mini art book as well, which I think has the original covers in them. Yeah, has the original like covers in them, and then a bunch of other stuff as well. But yeah, they did do a really nice job with them. I am happy to have them in the collection. I'm just kind of hoping that Seven Seas doesn't kind of like milk the whole Danmei thing, like kind of what they are doing by releasing hardcovers for like most of the titles or all of the titles, because I kind of do feel like it's a little unfair to release like these titles that are like very anticipated and a lot of people really want them, to announce like the paperback, and then once they're fully released then announce like a hardback edition, because like it would be better to give the, you know, people a choice whether they want to go straight ahead and get the hardcovers or just the paperbacks, because like me, I wanted both in my collection. Then like as soon as I saw it, like I probably would have picked the hardbacks over the paperbacks. But yeah, it would have been nice to have like had the option like straight up front. So I'm hoping that they're not going to start doing hardcovers for like all of the Danmei, because obviously there's a lot of Danmei. and I want them all. But yeah, that's everything that I picked up in February. We're already like a good chunk into March. But yeah, there's quite a few exciting titles coming out this month as well that I'm very much looking forward to. But I feel like I've got a lot of catching up to do, a lot of reading that I missed out this month. But yeah, let me know what you got this month that you were really excited about, or like if you've read any of these, your thoughts on them as well. Leave them in the comments down below. And I'm gonna leave this one here. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye everyone.